Yeah, hello and welcome to another session of some blitz games. Let's see if we can get a game here with the somewhat slower blitz time control. It's not bad to have one of those in, but experience shows it's not so easy to get a game in this time control. Get one. Okay. V. Nikolai. New, new opponent, never played him. Oh, A3. Not so bad, actually. Okay, it doesn't refute the Sicilian, but it is interesting. This is the idea, to wait until black plays g6 and then you employ the setup, something that you probably maybe have seen in my games. I play this with black against 1c4. And this is not the idea, really. Now white plays a Grand Prix attack with the fairly useless move a3. You want to play bishop a2 and be ready to play h4. That is the yeah, that's the real idea. He played differently. Now again, this is just Grand Prix. Yeah, white has this bishop a2 option now, but yeah, it's nothing special. I have this opportunity here to take on e4. We'll probably take with the knight. Yeah, what I'm wondering is if I double on the c file and then trade, like d takes, queen takes, this ending could be quite good, actually, because both his bishops look a bit odd. Come on. He would have to sacrifice a pawn to avoid the queen trade. It's possible. I mean, move the knight now somehow, but that is something that will not be objectively correct, I guess. He's thinking about it because probably he wanted to play more of an attacking game. Yeah, and now I go b6. That was my point. Idea bishop a6 and a rook to d8. And both his bishops look bad. If he plays c4 to allow bishop b2, then this a2 bishop is dead. And I have also some ideas to play against the e4 pawn with bishop b7. He has to be careful that that the bishops don't get too bad in this position. We'll see. Bishop a6 is also an interesting move that I could maybe play. Now I'm definitely playing it, because c4 is completely impossible, strategically speaking. And now how does he ever get the bishop on a2 into the game? Okay, now I don't know, do I castle queenside or just rook d8? Rook d8 looks completely normal. You can also think about, okay, let's do this first. This is a good move, basically, no matter what. I wanted to say knight a5, intending bishop c4 is also interesting. Bishop d2, it's also, yeah, let's do this. That's interesting. If I could trade the light squared bishops and put a knight onto c4, that would be great. I mean, his pawn structure is really bad. I wonder if c4 is a move here, actually, to... Okay. So, let's do this. Is he going bishop b1 now to avoid the trade? I don't think so. He's actually doing this. I was wondering about f5 in this position, if this could be an idea, trying to fight for the light squares even more. He might play knight e5. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, knight e7 to c6 or the other one? I think this is okay. I have bishop a6 and potentially knight c4 anyway. Okay, now king e7. Yeah. It's not easily fighting here for the d file. And bishop a6, knight c4. Oh, looks good. Okay, yeah, I expected something like that. He has to yeah, get active in some way. He cannot just sit and wait the whole time. But how do we handle this? Even e5 is interesting here. Or do we go h5? Not sure how to do this. h5 is just going h3. I don't know, but then I can actually know this is actually right. I can do this. h3, I can take on d1, take on g4, and then go rook h3. So I can actually enter, and that should be enough to be fine. I mean, I'm fine anyway. I mean, just a good way to continue the game. Yeah, he shuts it down. This is of course possible. What now? Yeah. I feel I'm not doing this correctly, honestly. I mean, it looks really nice somehow, but it doesn't feel like I'm making any headway. Dominating those bishops, but difficult to see how I'm actually winning the game. Okay. What's the rook trade? I don't quite see how I'm making progress. Knight c4 is not really a threat, but angling for e5 here. Maybe he goes f5 here? No. I don't know if this is a good idea at all, but I'm not quite seeing how I'm doing something here to somehow expand my position and somehow do something positive about it. Maybe just a pawn to c4 here, right? It could be an idea. Yeah, I saw this a bit too late. That he has this because takes this knight takes e5 at the end. And he has also knight h4 now in this position. Pressurizing g6. Wow. It was difficult, but I managed to misplay this position. A4, bishop a3. He still has a dead piece on a2, but I played it so terribly that this position might be completely okay for white, if not more. It's remarkable. That I don't quite believe in. Why would he do that? Now there's no pressure anymore. Yes, he activates the a3 bishop, which is good. But a2 is still dead. Oh, maybe I'm not getting his idea. Absolutely not understanding White's idea. Knight to e3, or what is he doing? And bishop b4 at the end, is that the point? Looks like it. Okay, I can take it, right? King f3, g5 drops with check. What a weird game. I did not understand anything here, right? I mean, that was really bad from the beginning, when it was more or less a strategically winning position. Yeah, I'm going to take the queen side first here. Maybe, I don't know. Not so much time, so shouldn't second guess everything. Here probably. Oh, knight b7. I cannot go to c6 because of knight d8. Huh. Okay, that was not very intelligent. Jesus. Oh, my God. How do I get to the h pawn? Somehow, I need something with concrete counterplay. And knight d6 is unfortunately in this position. But what a game. So is he promoting? I don't know, come on. I don't have anything else anyway. So, okay, h2. Okay. He's not getting there, yeah. The knight has a funny position here, covering f7. And he's not entering. Can go to e5, f4, and then I'm dropping back. Okay, now let's push the a pawn. So let's see. I mean, I'm getting the pawn here. I just wonder. Yeah, but get here. Now what? It's very weird that I'm winning this game after all, but I completely misplayed that, like completely. Yeah, I just want to have a quick look there because I'm not really, don't really understand what was happening here. Like here, white is basically done. No? That's just strategically lost this position because of this bishop on b1. And yeah, the engine wants to play this f5 move that I thought about. I was more concerned, and the computer just says e5. If white has to play e5, I'm playing this, of course. Then this is just completely disastrous, as I even get the d5 square. I mean, here all the pieces are fantastic. This can also go here and so on. But I wasn't quite convinced that he has to play e5. But maybe I'm just not understanding things. I thought this would be maybe a bit annoying, but yeah, the engine is just taking this, and of course I'm threatening immediately the checks here. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is basically winning then. And the way I played this wasn't so all that clear, yeah. So I took, and what was particularly bad, I think, was how I played it from here. Now I already had this odd idea to play e5, but here he already can play f5, and this already gives him enough play, even though he still has the dead piece here. This already gives give white play. I take, and this, oh man, that wasn't good. And then later, I really was just busted. So here, and then here f6 is just bad, I think. But I think I misplayed it again. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. Okay, knight b7 seems to be better. Okay, but I'm interested in this as well. I'm probably doing something wrong here entirely. Okay, king c6, bishop b4, knight d6 instead of... Okay. But shouldn't this win somehow? B takes, bishop takes, so king d6 wins. King d6, but shouldn't this win as well? Okay. Yeah, I'm just trapping the knight. How silly is that? I just go to c7, of course. Huh. Oh, that is bad, right? I just go here and there's just it's just nothing. I play king d7 and now okay. And that should lose, yeah? Just minus a million. I just want to figure out. Okay, so here, 95 is not exactly difficult. Yeah, and this all of a sudden, this is made in 8. Now, okay, knight g5 was winning. This is not winning. Now it's winning again. Oh my god. Yeah, come on. let's play a new game. Oh man. Yeah, I should have played f5, right? This is something that, I mean, I thought about it, but I didn't quite get it right, yeah. So Belyaev VA. Okay. We actually get a game or not. Still got a couple of seconds to play the move. Oh, this is a solid opening actually for white. That Queen's Indian reversed. You cannot expect to have something special, but well, It's relatively easy to play. Okay. Mixes this with the bird opening. Yeah, not sure about it. I think I can take. Just ask him about, yeah, he wants to open, or he wants to keep this diagonal open. Understandable, for sure. Probably now we'll go back to b2. It's a bit, costs a bit of time here, all this. Or will he take on d6? I can actually enter a pre-move here. Oops. Oh, that is actually true. That was a sloppy play, yeah? Sloppy play by me. Yeah, I think I'm not losing a piece, but I did not see this beforehand. I have the queen e5 resource. f5 takes queen e5 and the rook is hanging. But that wasn't planned, you know, it was just I blundered into this. Yeah, he has spotted it. I played bishop e4 first to weaken this a little bit, but this allowed knight d2. It's still it's not a big deal, I think. How do we play? How bad is queen c5? Is that a terrible move? Oh. Kind of interesting. After d4 I can take on c2. I think. And f5, queen e3. That gives me quite a good, wow, quite a good amount of pawns. King f2, that wouldn't cross my mind in a million years. It's not sure. I mean, maybe it's not so bad, but it's just like, ooh, king f2. Why is that a move? Yeah, I mean, it covers the pawn, but it still requires some thinking outside of the box to come up with this. So my idea is h5, g5, knight g4. Maybe, no, I'm not sure what he's going to do. h3 cannot work. Yeah, I take and I have check on the h file. So this one, okay. I don't get it, really. Or maybe the other continuations felt even worse. I don't know, but this I'm just taking. Yeah, that went terribly downhill for white. Okay, is knight g4 an option here? Maybe knight g4. Yeah, that looks good. Now, even pawn takes is interesting, but it doesn't quite work. Now, I cannot take e3, but I can castle first. Yeah, so a material up and a good position on top. Is there anything particular that white is threatening? Yeah, I wonder if I should take the knight at some point. I'm just going to take it. Just with heavy pieces, the position should be fairly straightforward. I just pile up on the e pawn. And there is not much inside in terms of counterplay. I have rook g5 check, so d4 doesn't really do much. It's taking a good amount of time here. Now, how do we actually win the game? Let's check. Yeah, d4 is probably not so good. I got a bit of time here. I don't need to be in much of a hurry. So maybe g6 f5, not sure. G6 he has prevented. It's still not so easy to move the pawns, so I can go g6 now. f5. Preparing d4 with all this, because now e4 I can take. Oops. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit odd. Yeah, I blundered this f5 stuff, but maybe it wasn't so bad. Yeah, so in fact g4 is not a good move, but it was lucky. I didn't really see that I'm not losing material here. The point is always queen e5 when I'm attacking three things at once and black wins. That was lucky. I think still I was a bit surprised that king f2 was played. Here he should play f5. That wasn't clear at all. I mean, I was just saying, okay, f5. So check. And I was thinking I can probably play something exactly what the engine is giving. I was thinking about this kind of position where I felt, okay, this should give me fair chances in a blitz game. I've got 2 pawns and the h file. I mean, I'm not surprised that the engine says white is probably a bit better, but okay, I felt it's interesting. But that he has to play, I think, king f2, that cannot really work. Yeah, after h5, black wins, more or less. Okay, so let's go back to the front page here of Lichess and look for a new game. Yeah, it's difficult to improve the rating from here, for me at least. don't get many higher rated opponents, and it's really difficult to gain points against 300, 400 points lower rated players. You only get like 1 point or so if you win, and in case you really concede half a point, it's like very costly, or losing even. Yeah, this line with queen e2 check is quite interesting and important, because otherwise black would have no problem equalizing in this line. Almost no problems. Knight c3 is also certainly playable. The interesting point here is that even after the queen trade, white has a pretty nice initiative here with the IQP. It's not like the IQP is weak here. Black has basically no way to put pressure on the pawn, and he has to be far more concerned about his own king. Oftentimes black needs to lose quite a bit of time to organize, and this is often enough for white to claim a small but certainly yeah, an advantage that you can feel is there. He's taking a long time here. I'm not quite sure what's best here. Sometimes they play a rook e8 idea. That looks very ambitious. Where do you go now? King f8? Okay. I said it looks ambitious because it just costs so much time to put the bishop out, and it will cost more time because of knight g5, knight e5. Then you have to play bishop g6 probably, and you're still not using your rook on h8. Okay, now I wasn't certain, but I thought that knight b5 might be a bit of a threat, but maybe this is not the case. I'm going to do it. Okay. I didn't think about this one. But okay, this is actually not a problem. Like, if he trades here, I'm not so happy that my knight is back on d2, but how does he cover this now? I mean, c6, knight d6 is not really what you want. Showing again that the bishop on f5 is not ideally placed. Maybe knight e8, yeah, knight e8, backward chess. Or maybe this could be the way to handle it, and maybe knight b6 was possible. Okay, now how do we play here? He's going to play c6. But I can actually take on e8, yeah? Rook takes knight d6. And then I'm attacking the rook and the bishop. So it would be at least a possibility. So then he has to move the bishop then, basically. It's not really leading too much, I think. But I'm still going to do it. Yeah, I can pre-move that, basically. I have to play it anyway. So now rook and bishop is attacked. So maybe bishop g6. Yeah. It would have been nice to see this move. Didn't see it. I mean, it's not like it's a big problem, but I would have liked to be aware of it. Would have been good. And it's actually still a problem because I'm attacking b7 and the bishop. And here I can go rook e1, threatening mate. Rook e8, and then I have various ways to win material. That looks best, I think. Yeah, it was a double attack. It's actually really difficult to play this position. Okay, I'm giving him a rematch. Why not? I didn't give any before because I wanted to look at the games a little bit, but don't think we've got so much to check in this one. Maybe play something else. I got this Benko repertoire on Chessable. That was my first Chessable repertoire. Yeah, I think I'm going to play this, but it's not really fresh in my mind anymore. It's been a long time since I wrote this. Since I've written this. Anyway, so I don't really remember many details. Interesting. Okay, f4, what's going to happen? Maybe. Yeah, I need to get something more going on the b file. Ideally, trade some stuff. What is that move? That looks odd. Like the knight is not protected, so bishop f4, knight h5 is very embarrassing. He has to go to h4. And now you can think about knight h5 even here. There's also c4 in this position. It could be interesting. But he's going to play b4 against it. Not really sure. Maybe this one for concrete reasons. Like a4 and c4. Often you want to not play a5 because after a4 they might establish a blockade on the light squares, but I don't think it works here. Yeah, I think it doesn't work really because queen d7, e4 is hanging here in this position. And I'm threatening a4 as well, so he doesn't have time to play a4. Knight b5 is a pretty weird move actually. What now? Yeah, now I just have a4, yeah? Or do I have something better? Knight h5 is also not... yeah, this is actually pretty good, right? Let's do this. That wins material. I'm threatening knight f4, winning the knight, and the rook is hanging. So I'm not sure. a4 is also good for black, but he has to somehow create an exchange sacrifice out of this, which is actually an idea. It's not like it's completely bad. Maybe a4. The hope here is to simply win the full piece, because knight f4 is a secondary idea. He doesn't move the rook immediately, which shows that he probably has spotted. Oh, he didn't spot it. Okay. Yeah, this is just a full knight. Queen has no square to go to and keep b5 protected. No. Benko Gambit is tricky. Yeah, now it's too late. Just too late. Yeah, he could have made an exchange sacrifice out of it. And this is not objectively enough, but here you have to play a4. Okay, the engine is close to compensation, yeah. But I thought he would have some, but not that much. Yeah, the probably better is a4 in this position, yeah. I thought about this. Or I had the feeling, because this is also very good for black. But you kind of you just play for material sometimes, like here maybe doesn't see it and then you win immediately. Interesting is that this also wins, which I didn't spot at all, and it makes an awful lot of sense. Okay, so one more game, then I'm calling it a day for this session. Maybe just mix things a little bit. A6 is not a bad line, actually. Has been played by the world champion on numerous occasions. Looks a bit weird, but it's again, it's not so bad. Yeah, normally after the trade of the light squared bishops, black is fine in such a structure in the card split. But yeah, we'll see how it unfolds. So it's going b4 very quickly. Oh. It would be very nice to have the knight on d6. That is always the a key maneuver for black. But he's very quick. He's very quick with his queenside advance. I can do this, but it's not an ideal scenario for this blocking move. The backward c-pawn is not really a big deal, as I get the knight to c4, but not sure if this was good for white, as b4 now could become at least a slight weakness. So put the queen here. Thought he would maybe, yeah, I don't know, trade first. Not sure. This feels okay. I think the c6 pawn is always safely protected by the e7 knight, and he has to worry about b4, and I've got knight c4 also coming. I don't think I'm better, but it looks okay. How does he actually handle this now? If he goes rook f b1, I can maybe just grab b4. I don't see why not. And if rook f b1 is not possible, what are you playing? Sometimes it's good to have knight d3 here for white to cover this pawn, but the queen is there, so that won't work either. Not entirely sure what he's doing now. Yeah, this is not winning any beauty contest. This move. Rook a2. Sorry, rook a4. I mean. Yep. Try to double on the a file. Yeah, if you need to play knight a2, something is wrong. Maybe something like queen c2, knight d3, and ultimately queen b2, knight c3. I have to really kind of untangle here this position. Okay, it's probably a similar idea. Okay. Now I can play knight c4 here, but one thing to keep in mind is that if he goes knight c3, I can actually take b4, even though that could be a bit of an awkward pin. In any case, I'm going to play this first, long story short, so that the knight has to move, and then I play knight c4. Yeah, knight d3. Now, let's jump in. So he cannot move the knight at the moment. And I would absolutely like to triple on the a file. He has knight c5, however. Okay. How do we do this? Yeah, still, if I go here, rook a3 then. I'm threatening queen a7. Okay, there's the counterplay. Yeah, and it's a bit of it's counterplay. Okay, so let's say I take it. I take it. Oh, it takes with the knight. Okay. I only got 28 seconds. I only now spotted that I'm actually in a bit of a time problem. No, he's just not moving. Yeah, it is probably still a pretty bad position. Okay, it's -4 is kind of a lot. Yeah, the problem is really I think he played this a little bit too superficially here. So I went knight b6 here. I think a5 or just keep the tension might be better. Here I don't have a problem. I think the b pawn is just a bit weak, and now knight e5, this leads nowhere really. After queen d6 it's a bit of a problem already, and knight a2 is just not working. I don't think so. This is just too much disharmony, let's say. Knight c4 was maybe better, but this is just so awful. You can maybe think about improving even on my play, but I think it's definitely enough. And here you're just completely running out of moves. Yeah, I got queen e7 as the engine confirms. That's really, this is hanging already. e4 might be under pressure, and I mean you cannot move. You just cannot move your pieces. If you go here, I can probably just take b4 or queen e7. Queen e7 is a very strong move just now. What is the queen doing now? Yeah, interesting. That went downhill very quickly, surprisingly quickly. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I think, yeah, I'll be posting one tomorrow as well. Thanks for watching.